resigned, or he was part of the...
He was part of the cabinet shakeup when it happened, and John Badi took over from Jugunandongo.
So what is he saying about John Badi and others who are active?
All he's saying is
today?
He refused to do deals.
He refused to be corrupt.
Essentially, is what we're being told. There are many stories in the Standard today. We need you to get a copy of that because we wanted to look at some of the others. But those are some of the ones that are making the headlines today, as well as this whole business about who will move and who will not in the Senate and etc. We'll talk about some of those things today. IEBC proposes a law to recall MPs and seeks to end live election results. That's still a thing, and it doesn't look like something is rotting in the state of Denmark. That's what it looks like. When you want to stop live results, what is not alive that you don't want people to see?
What are you hiding?
Over to you, sir.
So, Daily Nation, Ruto's roadmap. Ahead of next year's general election, President Ruto is rooting for an ambitious development charter. The president said the national conversation on Kenya's future beyond Vision 2030 will be launched on August 12th. Now, he hopes the people-driven economic blueprint will transcend electoral cycles and government. Now, the fourth wave of global economic transformation must benefit Kenya. That is according to President Ruto.
Is August 12th a holiday? Sorry, just asking for the people at the back.
No. It will just be another occasion where we'll be given now that document.
Oh, okay.
And how it will be implemented. Are we borrowing, securitization, a national infrastructure fund, all those things perhaps is the conversation we'll hear. So ex-minister claims president is too controlling. That has been expounded in page 8. We've also just touched on that. Our business count cost of lost cash in power outage. So businesses count cost of lost cash in power outage. You remember when you talked about steamer? Steamer ikapotea. So now businesses are saying we lost a lot of money because of that. Now, doctor feared for her life before death. Dr. Victoria Mutiso was on her way to work Wednesday morning when a man approached her taxi and shot her dead. So here, the DCI confirms that 2 persons of interest are in custody and are undergoing interrogation as part of investigation. Seemingly, what you're being told here is the Daktari must have been aware of maybe someone trailing her. Maybe she had been threatened, so she was fearful of her life. Ruto's roadmap, new economic blueprint to succeed Vision 2030. Opposition crafting NAC-like coalition. Embakasi East MP Babu Wino, Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna, and Wiper Patriotic Front leader Kalonzo Musyoka at the SKM Command Center in Nairobi yesterday, as he was telling the country that Mimi niko ndani ya united opposition hadi mwisho. My sole purpose is to take Ruto home. Live streaming of poll results. Now IEBC moves to calm fears. And here we see darkness and democracy are not synonymous. Transparency is the lifeblood of free, fair, and credible elections. That's according to Justin Muturi, former speaker and also former attorney general. Kindiki questions. Ruto faces tricky 2027 poll calculations. DP's constitutional protection limits Ruto's options despite mounting Mount Kenya political pressure. Kindiki says, tutapigania hapa ndani. Hii serikali ni yetu. Now, my loyalty is to Kilifi residents, says Aisha Jumwa after UDA exit. She says, yepi amesema yuko ndani ya Linda Mwananchi.
Well, in her statement yesterday, hajasema mali anaenda, amesema mali anatoka.
Yes. Ametoka UDA.
Because you've abandoned her. She is the abandoned love child of UDA and political expectation. And they spat her out and they said that you abandoned me, and so I'm not going to allow this kind of thing to continue.
Meanwhile, as we go to Vision 2060, right? Medics strike cripples hospitals as patients seek private care. One of the things that the president talked about yesterday is that the country has to be healthy. Healthcare becomes a priority. How about you deal with the issues we see on the streets where patients cannot access healthcare? Kamanya?
Patients cannot access healthcare. Well, yes, the Nairobian. You know that blackout?
Yeah.
We don't know the ripple effect on the health system.
True.
You know, so a lot is to be desired. Well, the Nairobian says Maxine's saga, blood, tears, then freedom. the rally romance that turned tragic, from dramatic courtroom testimony and forensic evidence to thousands of pages of digital records and a chilling distress video. The prosecution's case against former rally driver Maxine Wahome ultimately fell short. With the High Court ruling, there was no case for her to answer in the death of Assad Khan. These stories of love triangulations that end with drastic, death and disappearance of people, they need to come to an end in one way or the other. Because again, you look at this lady and you wonder, let's say, as the court has found her innocent, now what becomes of her repute? Her emotional distress. This is a person they were close, so a lot is to be desired. Then down there is a terror of the Ruto vampire. Should you find yourself in Ruto, you need to be careful. There is a man walking around giving, it's not a hickey, it's not a love bite, but he's biting people for real. There's a vampire, it has become a concern. Even some businesses are being closed early in fear of that. There are a number of victims. Then the next one is house help and lover. They charged over 1 million theft. 1 week into the job, a house help allegedly walked away with 1 million, only for the detectives to trace part of the cash to her boyfriend.
Are you keeping $1 million shillings cash in your house?
Yeah, our interest is page 2 of the Nairobian. It talks of from rally lovers to silent deciders, the 10 faces of the Kenyan voter. What kind of a voter are you? 1, are you money-oriented? 2, are you a no-show voter? 3, the silent decider. 4, the rally enthusiast. 5, the last-minute convert. 6, the issue-based voter. And 7, the tribal loyalist. 8, the protest voter. 9, the strategic voter. And 10, the loyalist. Find that story on page 2 of the Nairobian. Many more stories to be found. The issue of the vampire. The issue of the bigamy case is not going very well. Some people want to be married to 2 men.
Excuse me.
Yes, page 10, it says, Kenya's youth must desist from political violence in 2027. I fully support that. The issue of Aisha Juma as well. And there's an interesting case here, too, because you keep talking about education. On page 14, talks about access denied, how schools are still failing learners with disabilities. True. Yeah. That needs to be looked into. And school without hair rules. Another interesting story on page 17 of the Nairobian. That and many more stories to be found. Please grab yourself a copy and update yourself.
Indeed. That's what's happening in the headlines. Indeed, get yourself a copy and see what's up. I just want to note that the Nigerian super starlets have arrived in Morocco. They're chasing the 11th WAFCON title. 11th. They've won 10 out of the 13 since it was established in 1998. And wishing the starlets, sorry, I said the eaglets. Starlets are yours. Eaglets are ours. So it's everybody wants to beat Nigeria is what the headline is on the back of the